everybody.
Hey guys.
MaJeliv here, we're the Vasquez family, and in today's video, we're going to be continuing our Shershaah reaction. This is part 2 of our entire movie reaction. We posted our part 1 reaction last week, so if you guys want to check that out, you guys can click the card up above if you guys haven't checked that out. It's been an incredible journey so far with Captain Vikram Batra. He's not captain yet, he's lieutenant. But we've learned a lot about his character through this movie. And like my mom was saying in the previous video, we definitely feel like we paused at the right moment because things are about to get, we feel very escalated, very nonstop, and we may shed some tears from what you guys have said and from the way it sounds. But from the connection of, is it Dimple and Vikram and just the brotherhood that he's growing with his brothers in arms in the army. It's been pretty great to see. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. Thank you for requesting this movie in the beginning when you guys were requesting this movie a lot. So thank you for joining us today. Hope you guys enjoy our reaction. And let's jump in because we cannot wait to finish this movie and see what the rest of this movie holds. So thank you. Let's jump in. Here we go.
Let's do this.
Dang.
Oh. Left me breathless.
Him too. Jeez.
That was intense.
Request of Vishnuvardhan. Have you seen the target yet? No, sir. जब तक हैदर दिखाई नहीं देता घर के अंदर you're not going in. I don't want any civilian casualties. Come on, babe. Stop.
Dude, how do they film that too? Like,
Man, Hater better be in there. He's gonna be in so much trouble if he's not. Oh, wowzers.
Oh no. Okay, I think you've overdone it.
I think he's in there.
I think it's him.
Yeah.
That's gonna be him hiding. This is intense. Just sleep him. Just like hold him and put him on a sleeper hold.
jeez.
Oh my gosh, dude.
अपनी मौत को दुश्मन की मौत बनाना इन नामी को आता है साले दिखाकर तुम्हारी औकात
Wow.
They didn't lose anybody.
Nope.
Proud of you, yaar.
Thank you, Jesse sir. Come back soon, Baga. तेरी जरूरत यहाँ ज़्यादा है. Thank you, sir. Miss you, sir. Wait.
It's like fight.
Phase 2.
Wave 2.
मुझे हिंदू रिवाज से भी करनी है.
It's like a goodbye.
I have a sad feeling that might be the last time she sees him.
Oh God!
I hope
Please
that's not
don't
true,
be that
but-
way.
The snow's gone.
Oh my gosh, dude!
They've been waiting since.
It's like a
It's defective.
defective.
Oh my gosh.
चल यार जस्सी कमाल करता तू
Oh no.
Spine, yeah.
Well, that's a shrapnel that's inside. Which is incredible.
We have taken over from second Rajwife, which means हम जंग पर जा रहे हैं. Your code name is Sangram.
Sir.
And Lieutenant Vikram Batra,
Sir.
your code name is Shershaah.
Sir.
That's scary stuff.
Are there bombs on? Uh-oh.
Don't pull it. Don't pull it.
नहीं तो वापस नहीं जाएगा वो तेरा थुक में तेरे पिछो तो कड़ंगा बैंड तक ये कफन का कपड़ा तो हम लेकर आ रहे हैं तू पहनेगा या मैं पहनूंगा जरा
Oh my gosh.
No, it's good enough on this one.
इल्यूमिनेशन फायर कर
Nah, man.
तू भी कर फायर
To get light.
Yeah, so they can see them. Oh no, this is where we started.
Oh yeah. Well, he went running out and we never saw what happened.
We lose a lot of
They
guys.
started in the middle.
Nice. Oh, good signs.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Dude's big. What the heck?
Oh man. Ooh. Jeez, dude.
Oh! Oh, man.
Gosh.
Holy
Oh, bro.
Oh.
He's fierce, man.
Gnarly, man.
What was that, like 5 guys?
Yeah.
Just took out 5 guys.
दुश्मन बर्बाद
This-
Captain with immediate effect and your name is also being recommended for Mahavir Chakra alongside
Congratulations, Captain Vikram Batra.
thank you sir
Congratulations, Captain Batra.
मेरी जानी called me by my code name Shershaah. Shershaah. मेरे भाई का नाम शेरशाह रखा. And my voice went wild. That how can a Pakistani troop challenge us?
पाकिस्तान की सेना ने इन शवों को लेने से इनकार कर दिया है, जिसकी वजह से आज भारतीय सेना ने
Wow.
Sir, you must give me this chance, sir. Please. You are going to point 4875. अपनी कंपनी रेडी करो.
Sir. Hello. Can I speak to Dimple, please? Captain Vikram Batra, sir.
Dimple?
Oi, Mrs. Batra.
अच्छा बोल तू वापस कब आ रहे?
बस एक और मिशन है, खत्म करके आता हूँ. तो अपनी शादी का जोड़ा सजा के रखियो. I love you.
I love you.
Here we
Now
go.
we're about to see what we saw.
मुझे सिर्फ एक
बाकी तो का सुबह से लड़ रहा है.
Isn't that?
No, that's the guy that just asked
Gave
him
him some food.
Oh man.
Dude.
अरे बेटा मादर ऋषि का तोहफा.
Oh no. This is where it started, right?
Yeah.
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 Oh my god, and he's not the...
तुम्हारी माँ की.
Oh my god. This is nuts.
He's making
It's
himself
insane,
like a
dude. He's
human
just going
grenade.
frontal attack.
What?
Something's coming.
They're not done.
Sniper, are you
Oh,
kidding
are
me?
you kidding?
अभी कहीं साइड पे बैठे.
Always a
पता
sniper.
नहीं कहाँ से फायर कर रहे थे. बचेगा नहीं वो. अगर नहीं बचाएंगे तो जरूर नहीं बचेगा.
He is, dude.
No.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my.
Wow.
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਜੀ ਬਸ वन पीस है
कोई फिक्र न कर जानी, मैं तेरे अंदर लहरा कर आऊंगा, नहीं तो उसमें लिपट के आऊंगा, लेकिन आऊंगा जरूर.
ओए मिकी, तुझे मेरी शादी में आना है यार.
ओ मेरे जानी जरूर आऊंगा. हाँ? तेरे घर से लेके लड़की घर तक नाश्ते पे जाएंगे. चल टेंशन ना ले, मिलते हैं. Congratulations, Mrs. Batra. आपकी भी शादी हुई है लेफ्टिनेंट विक्रम बत्रा के साथ.
लाखों में एक था मेरा भाई, उम्र भले ही छोटी हो, जिंदगी बड़ी होनी चाहिए। कैप्टन विक्रम बत्रा की 25 साल की जिंदगी के बारे में सोचता हूँ तो लगता है एक फौजी के रुतबे से बड़ा कोई और रुतबा नहीं होता, वर्दी की शान से बड़ी कोई और शान नहीं होती, और अपने देश से बड़ा कोई धर्म नहीं होता।
Soldiers or officer, whoever it was, he said me my code name was Shershaah. Oh Shershaah, you have come. Don't try to come up, otherwise you'll have a tough time. And that was the time they gave us a challenge. And my guys, they went wild. How dare a Pakistani troop can challenge us?
Wow, man. And they were twin brothers. His friend, yeah. Huh. Wow, man.
My goodness.
Vishnuvardhan.
You did an incredible job, man.
Directing
Phenomenal.
was
Phenomenal, dude.
stellar.
Well, and
Thank you for
I got
kicking my
confused.
butt.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wow.
You got confused with what?
I'm not confused, but like at the end, the way that they showed his twin brother crying, and it looks just like him. It's like oh man. it
Yeah,
does
me too.
something
It
to
makes
me.
you like
Well, that's when
see him again. Like
That's when I realized I had forgotten how much alike they looked.
They
The
looked,
two
right.
kids. So clearly the casting was we're looking for twins.
Right.
And now it makes sense that at the end we see the essence of Vikram, but it's his brother.
Right.
What a film! Oh my god!
so great.
Oh,
So good.
what an incredible and
He
yet
was such a
truly
selfless
remarkable.
human being, and I mean, the portrayal of Vikram Batra was so good. Oh my gosh, I just don't even know where to start. I mean, I guess starting from where we started the second part compared to the first part,
Yeah.
there was definitely that sense of the first part really was. It made everything that we watched today even that much more
Meaningful and impactful.
meaningful and impactful. Because for anyone that doesn't know the story, that's really fresh to the history of Vikram Batra's story, you know, the way you're able to make an audience care for his story and the relationships that he has with his family members and with his friends and with his brothers in arms, you know. That, I mean, some movies do that really well, and it's really hard to do, and to make us feel that, to be right next to him, and man, it's even the sense of, remember you guys were saying about when he was leaving Dimple, the way the camera was showing her perspective, the emphasis on that, and the camera staying there, showing that that's also for us the last time.
Well, yeah, like it's a foreshadow of that's the last time she gets to really see him. Like when they did that scene of Dimple seeing him leave, it's foreshadowing that that's probably the last time she sees him alive, which came to be true.
Yeah, the directing is
Beautiful.
It's just incredible directing.
And the war scenes,
remarkable.
it like immerses you into like as if you're one of the soldiers with him. You really get to feel his selflessness and his impact as a leader.
And then we get to see his story, and I think it's a grand story.
And why he is such a figure, a role model now for India and for the people there, and obviously a war hero, but just the kind of human he was. You know, he wasn't perfect. Obviously, he had his moments. I'm sure people that actually knew him know that, but even here, like, he's portrayed as he had his moments of missteps, but then he held himself accountable, and he had those natures that just made him human. But he also aspired and clearly had this. It's a very fascinating theme to kind of sit on and reflect on when you think about what we're capable to do as human beings when we don't fear death so much, when we don't come from a selfish place, when we come from a more selfless place of service, a place of how you can serve back, how you can put your life on the line to serve others, to save others. I mean, when you look in the credits, I didn't realize how many people are still alive. And you need to go back to those specific moments because he took that extra step, because he took that extra sacrifice, that extra risk. And even like those little moments you saw at the end, I think that's what was so powerful is, it was Jimmy and all these little moments that these people remember that they had with him. And most of those moments were the way he was, you know, and just the way of being. And that line of his brother was saying at the end about something. What measures life is not the amount of years, but the measure of deeds.
Of good deeds.
Of good
yeah.
deeds. You know, and a lot of that for Vikram obviously was what he did in his time, you know, in the army, but his deeds as a human being, as how he loved the people around him, truly. So.
Yeah.
What do you guys? What else is? It's gonna take a bit. It's gonna
Oh
take.
yeah.
It's heavy. It's heavy, but in the best possible way, because you know what we're really hinting at here is a beautiful commentary on the human spirit, the spirit of a family, seeing country as family, religion, you know, something you devote your whole existence to. You know, obviously we're not Indian, and it's difficult for us to say that we understand, and then for you to perhaps fully believe that. But please believe that we felt everything. We felt the struggle of the human condition, you know, and what it takes, the life of. Go ahead. What are you trying to say?
No. Yeah, that the connection to the land is so visceral in India.
Yeah.
You know, it's so the connection to the land there.
The land, the people, the culture, right? The sense of oneness with your people, and you know, for us here, it's very much our oneness with our family and our country, too, sure, but there's, you know, there's something about cinema makes it so much more individualized, and the message then lands on a universal level where now we have to receive this and say, wow, what do I do with this?
Right.
How do I look at someone like Vikram and say to myself, well, no, I'm probably not going to join the military anytime soon and go to war. I mean, God forbid I never have to, but if I do, I'll be ready. But you only train for that if in the day-to-day you're looking at life like this. If I could look at myself as a man and say, I'm going to serve my family, I'm going to fill their life with life and joy and selflessness and serve them and love them. That's a way to battle. You know, there's a lot of darkness in the world, a lot of things that want to take the things that we've worked hard for. And sometimes that darkness comes from within. The war is not necessarily always out here. So it's important to overcome that. It's just so great. I mean, it's so great.
I think, but you're hitting on something that I think is important, which is a lot of what made him such a great soldier was the fact that he was such a great, loving person, loving man, loving human being, and that you know that extended with, like I said, the way he would talk to his brothers in arms, the way he cared, and the way that he valiantly fought for their lives to truly avenge for their sake, not his own. You know.
Yeah. He was a born soldier. He wanted to be that from his very youth, and growing up to see that dream fulfilled and to be doing what he loves, to the point of, I think his call to that was to potentially have to die for his country. He was willing to put everything down. I will come back, whether it be alive or wrapped in our flag. He knew what he was signing up for, and even with that, knowing that sacrifice, he still did it. So from the very first day he committed, he was already putting his life out there for the taking if it was necessary.
Right.
So the way that he looked out for others and helped his fellow soldiers not be afraid of death and of sacrificing for his country, like that last talk he gave to his soldiers before the
speech,
last
I guess you could
speech.
say. Yeah.
He was kind of letting them into what he feels, what he thinks, and how he sees things. And yeah, I think if he would have come back, he would have always had that doubt of, should I have gone and continued and finished this? And the fact that he did, you know, I think he was just, from the very beginning, he just knew he had to lay down his life for his country.
Yeah, and you look back at, there's the emphasis on the fear of death, and you look back at some of the choices he made to save certain people, and if he was afraid of dying and getting shot in that moment, people whose lives wouldn't have continued, they would have ended right there on the battlefield. So it's that too, and also even with Dimple, every time he was with her, he didn't hesitate to love her fully as much as he could.
Right.
That sense of he always, that's the thing too, he was optimistic, and of course he hoped to come back, but there was also the reality that he knew that he may easily not, so he took every chance to be present and love the people around him fully, not just half-heartedly and knowing that he may have a chance later to continue doing that. He left his mark, you know?
He lived his life to the fullest every day he was given, because you really never know when it's your time to go. And with him, especially being in the war, it's beautiful how he always, the time he had with Dimple, with his brother, with his friend, he treated it as if it's his last time seeing them.
Right. And I know these history stories that they make into movies, you guys were saying it earlier about him being like the focus being on him rather than as opposed to the war and what was going on with the country, right? And I think across the globe, war is, I don't think so. I know it is a terrible thing, war, but at the end of these battles, at the end of this whole period of time that we're fighting, right? There's always this number that we end up with the amount of people we lost, right? In the history books, it's just the amount of people that passed away. Like it's like a number that sometimes it's on our questions in our quizzes and our tests, and it's just a statistic thing. But the reality is that every single one of those numbers were people, human beings with characters and characteristics and personalities, and some people could have. It's a bunch of human beings, right. And I'm almost like 60% sure that there is tons of people like Vikram who are willing to fight and to lay down their lives because that's what they feel called to do.
I think that was the message at the end.
Yeah.
That last line he said, which is those people who put their lives on the line for their people, for their country, they're built different. They have a different heart. There's a certain it's unexplainable, but it's a message to those people that you're talking about, the people that don't have a movie written about themselves.
Yeah.
But
it's a way to honor all of the people who are willing to put their lives on the line for others.
Yeah.
Very beautiful movie.
Yes.
What a great start to our
incredible story.
It is. I mean, this is a wonderful way to get this started. And I think I have to speak to us, the ones that remain alive, that these soldiers go to war for and die for, because ultimately everyone that was weeping at his funeral will continue to live and thrive because of his sacrifice. And to highlight what Josh is saying and Matthew, those that fall is so that we can still rise and live life, everyday life. The engineers, the teachers, the doctors, the craftsmen, the plumbers,
the YouTubers,
the YouTubers, yes, the actors, the artists that can make this cinema. We couldn't do this, so we honor them.
And we pray for, obviously, the family members and the people that still mourn and still heal from the loss of these lives, because I mean, I think even with Dimple's story and not marrying since then, it's a sense of obviously how much she loved him, but there's of course you're going to thrive and honor that person's memory by remembering all the good moments and the heroics, but there's always that sense that you always wish that they were right there by you. So
that's a tough reality to live with when you lose someone like that.
A lot of mothers with children, or even mothers who go and fight too, but a lot of families sacrifice as well. Not only those who are out there fighting, but the ones who stay behind and have to live far away and missing their loved ones. So
right. I mean,
there's a lot to think about and to just reflect on.
I think
because this happened. It's
Yep.
it's a reality.
whether it's a movie or not, I mean, it happened. You
Right.
know,
In one way or another, it's based off of a true story. So I think with all stories, there's supposed to be, a lesson learned, whether that be one main lesson that it's circled around or
25.
many lessons.
Right.
But each story is told because there's a theme and there's a message.
And the last final note, because obviously we're reviewing and reacting to the movie itself too, the emphasis and the with the way that the Indian Army treated the fallen on the other side,
The
and
Pakistani.
Yeah.
the Pakistanis. So
honoring and-
there's that emphasis too of honoring their rituals and their religions, their way of life. I mean, it just shows, regardless. I think the overall themes of good and evil and the choices we have to respect and honor and true honor and why fight. And if you are, it's just, I think what Josh was saying in terms of getting to certain themes and what those themes are that these movies reveal. I think as we sit and reflect on it, we're going to keep figuring out what those themes are, because I don't think we can word them all today. There's just a lot in this movie.
So many moments.
But thank you guys again so much for requesting this movie.
Thank you.
We are so glad that we watched this entire thing and that we brought you guys
Finally
along
watched-
with us. We brought you guys along with us. That we finally watched it together, and we are excited to hear your thoughts in the comments, your opinions on the movie as a whole, how the end impacted you, how Vikram has possibly impacted your life as well, and
How many tissues you needed.
Right. Yeah. No. How the movie as a whole. What were some of your favorite moments, or moments that we haven't touched on? And I think a lot of it too is because we're just really heavily impacted by the end. So.
Yeah.
So thank you guys again for joining us today, and we will get back to you guys on what movie is next. But I think it's along the lines of perhaps Three Idiots, Bahubali, or one of those two. One of those two.
KGF.
KGF is another one, but those that are curious, we'll probably be doing kind of like we did it before, where it's part one week and then the following week. This past week was crazy with auditions and work here, so it took us a little bit longer to get this one out. But we're here, so thank you guys for joining us today. Go out there, spread your light, and have a MaJeliv day.
Bye.
Bye.